if we look at how it treats tax from an employer and an employee's perspective when it comes to group life cover and retirement fund benefits, we know that we're allowed to make certain deductions, and I'm going to focus here on what deductions are allowed and what deductions are not allowed from the employer and the employee's perspective. So I've got some keywords on the side and I've got some open spaces which we need to match. So firstly, if we look at the employer's contribution, what is the tax effect for the member? If we look at the employer's contribution, now we know that the contribution the employer makes is taxed as a fringe benefit in the hands of a member. So the contribution is added to the member's salary. The second open column is what is the tax effect on the employer? When the employer makes the contributions, we know that the employer does get a deduction for all the contributions they make towards a member's retirement fund and group risk benefits. The third one there is what deductions are allowed. And if we look at it from a member's perspective, member plus employer contribution plus any approved insurance benefits plus the cost of administration are allowed as a deduction in the hands of the member. If we look then at the tax effect for the employer, if we look at what deductions are allowed, we know that from an employer's perspective, the total employer contribution is allowed as a tax deduction. Deduction limits. What is the limit of this deduction for the member? And we know that there is a 27.5% of a member's remuneration allowed as a contribution towards retirement benefits or approved retirement benefits, subject to a maximum of 350,000 Rand per annum. Number 6 will be, what is the tax effect for the employer? So the tax effect for the employer is, or what is the deduction limit for the employer? It's an unlimited deduction, unlimited contribution. 2, unapproved insurance benefits. The deductions are not allowed from a member's perspective. The member does pay a fringe benefit tax on those contributions towards unapproved insurance benefits. And the deduction for the employer is still allowed, although it's an unapproved benefit.